25 of One Man's Opinion. Today I am reviewing Hartford Stage's production of William Shakespeare's The Winter's Tale, directed by Melia Bensussen, running through May 7th at their theater at 50 Church Street in Hartford, Connecticut. It's been about 5 years since Hartford Stage has presented a work of the Bards, with the last being the abysmal Henry V in 2018. Granted, the COVID-19 pandemic and shutdown of theaters across the countries have created an artificial gap between Shakespeare productions. Works of Shakespeare have been a long tradition at Hartford Stage. When Darko Tresnik was artistic director, he made it a point to do one piece of Shakespeare a year. The current artistic director, Bensussen, once told me that she doesn't intend to be as stringent about it as Tresnik was, but that the company would continue to produce plays of Shakespeare, maybe just not every year, which is a practice I agree with. There are so many classic works of theater, from Sophocles and Aristophanes to Goethe and Moliere, that we can draw from, and not just Shakespeare. Still, the Hartford Stage audience appeared to be in readiness to see another Shakespeare play, as it was one of the biggest opening night audiences I've seen at Hartford Stage since the reopening after the pandemic. What's even better is that this is a great production, and the best directed show of Bensussen since she's taken the reins of Hartford Stage, with a play of Shakespeare's that is incredibly difficult to get right due to it being one of his problem plays, in that the first three acts play out like a drama and the last two play out more like a comedy, creating an imbalance and contour of the story. It also has a generally unlikable leading character in Leontes, the King of Sicilia, played by Nathan Darrow, who, in the first minutes of the play, expresses his unfounded suspicions that his wife, Queen Hermione, played by Jamie Ann Romero, is having an affair with his friend Polixenes, King of Bohemia, played by Omar Robinson. Leontes' jealousy becomes his own undoing as he arrests his own wife for infidelity. His son Mamilius, played by Jotham, dies of wasting sickness, and his newborn daughter he orders to be abandoned somewhere to die under the belief that she is the illegitimate child of Hermione and Polixenes. It's all very horrific and tragic indeed, at least until an old shepherd, played by Jeremy Webb, finds the abandoned infant and raises her as his own in Bohemia. The play takes a sharp turn in tone from there as we jump 16 years into the future, and the infant, Perdita, now a teen, played by Delphine Gauquin-Mihan, is being courted by Polixenes' son, Florizel, played by Daniel Davila Jr., with no awareness to her true heritage by either of them. Perdita being a commoner, or at least believed to be a commoner, and Florizel a prince, they must keep their romance a secret from Polixenes, and what drama may come if any of them discover she is the daughter of Leontes and Hermione. Bensussen overall handles the cast exceptionally, and her understanding of the text is exemplary, as the drama building to the end of Act 3 is relentless to the point of frustration, as we helplessly watch Leontes make mistake after mistake, leading to his ruin. Her transition of the play in Act 3, Scene 3, when the play transitions from drama to comedy, is deftly handled, and though shocking, it doesn't feel forced, but oddly organic in a twisted sort of way, involving a bear. The bear is actually never seen in this production, but the imagination is definitely instigated through the sequence. This is also a testament to the quality of the cast, particularly Webb, who has to transition from Antigonus, the Sicilian lord who is tasked with abandoning the child, into the shepherd who finds Perdita in the same scene. He and John Maddaloni, who plays the clown, who is the son of the shepherd, carry much of the story's humor in the last two acts, along with Pearl Hrine, who plays Autolycus, a rogue who handily swindles and fleeces the residents of Bohemia in magnificent comic fashion. What is satisfying is Bensussen's ability to find the humor where it may be found in the first three acts, which helps prime us for the rest of the play, particularly with the role of Camillo, another Sicilian lord who disobeys Leontes' order to arrest Polixenes, choosing to help him flee Sicilia for Bohemia. Played by Carmen Lasavita, he has brilliantly found the humor in Camillo's observation of political culture and politicians' inability to accept error. His scenes with Robinson are some of the best in the play, and the repartee is sharp and full of wit. As far as the cast goes, the only weak spot is Darrow, who seems to speak low enough from his center pitch in an effort to sound more authoritative that it just makes him sound moody instead of a complex array of emotions that would consume a person of such rage and jealousy. The design is perplexing, as there are elements that I absolutely love and one or two bits that is quite befuddling. I loved Whitney Locher's costume design, especially the workings of the Bohemian costumes in Act 4. I thought that the upstage scenic design of Cameron Anderson was awesome. The snowy rolling hills that characters tread upon before coming downstage is complemented by Evan Anderson's lighting. After intermission, that part of the set turns into a thriving summertime field, which looks great. But that tree center stage is an awful obstruction, particularly from where I was sitting, and I'm sure it became problematic in other parts of the house, as well as there were times a character would be downstage right, talking to someone upstage left, and all I'd see was the back of the person downstage and the tree they were apparently talking through to the person on the other side whom I couldn't see. I get the metaphorical usage of the tree, but it could have been better located so that chunks of the drama wouldn't be obstructed. Still, this is a welcome return of Shakespeare to Hartford stage, and I look forward to the day we get to see it again. But I am only one man's opinion, so be sure to leave yours in the comments below. If you'd like to see The Winter's Tale, I'll leave a link in the description where you can get tickets. Help me afford to continue reviewing theater by becoming a patron over on my Patreon page. Maybe one day I'll make enough money doing that I can actually afford to do only this and get these reviews out in less than 24 hours instead of having to work a day job on top of all this. A link to the Patreon page will be in the description. You can also support my channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and click the notification bell to be alerted to future reviews. My next review will be Sweeney Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street on Broadway. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the theater.